All right, folks, just a little quick jump in. I didn't do it before, but then after the first video, I realized that on the Amazon page for this product, it does say it in the description, not on the box, nowhere else. It does say that this thing will do 3S. So I can't do this pack because it would have to be some weird formulation that would never fit in there. I'm gonna have to get a regular size 3S. Let me get one. All right, folks, this is where I'm at with this. I have a 1.0, so 1000. It's a 3S 45C, so decent output. I'm gonna have to use this adapter because I don't actually use Deans for much, so that's that. Just the one I just happen to have. I do have some other ones, but they're longer, so basically it's not the perfect setup because you got to be able to open. I was trying to put it on backwards, that's why it didn't work. Yeah, it goes straight on, so then that's the situation you're gonna have, and then you're gonna have to go from there and figure out how to get your battery to work. So let me work out the plumbing of this. This battery's slightly too long for the perfect setup with this. Let me use another battery. So my next try, in this video, I know somebody's gonna challenge me on this, so I'm going to say it right now. This is a an 850. This thing has 80C, yeah, 80C discharge, so pretty high C battery. I wouldn't recommend to run it on this because it's kind of a small battery, but we're only trying to check the capabilities on 3S, so therefore don't challenge me too much. This is just a test, right? And of course this battery is way too small for that, but it'll sit good enough for us to do the test that we need to do. So let's get the body post put on. May burn up our speed controller or something. So this is like I said, it does say it on the ad from the Amazon page. 3S is like the first thing on the ad. 3S blah 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 blah. I have to go back and check and make sure they didn't change that and make me a liar. But I couldn't find it anywhere else, but I did find it on the Amazon. So all right, did all of its sequencing. So let's see. All right, I don't know what I'm getting here. Get the lights to cut on. All right. So see how it trims, so it's not burning out instantly. It's pulling a little bit to the right. All right. I can already see that it's crazy fast. And it's still pulling to the left a little bit. Around. Yeah, it lifts up on a wheelie even after it's already going fast. So just incredible speed like we imagined. So I'm already on it, I'm on it. Now full throttle. And it starts to do a wheelie. At any given time you hit that full throttle. The light went out, so I'm hoping that came through pretty good. I gotta activate it. Silly light goes off in too quick of a time frame. Yeah, that sucker comes up. Probably gotta get some daytime video of this because it's crazy. It's not burning out too, so that's another cool. And it came back down. So yeah, this thing is pretty fast like this. Kind of slippery right there, so it kind of slipped. But yeah, it definitely, it might be yeah, like absolute wheelie the entire time. Yeah, I don't want to burn up the little guy's car, so I'm gonna go ahead and retire this test as successful and check the heat perhaps, see if I can run my finger on it for a second, telling me that it might be too much, and go from there. The motor isn't hot, and the speed control isn't hot. The speed control is hotter than the motor, but definitely not too bad. I mean, I got my hand on there the whole time, so then obviously it's not super duper fired up. It is warm, so know that. But I would say 3S is doable. And didn't do a super long run on that, you know, but it could give you a kind of a sample of 3S, you know. So, you see how you got this permanently mounted, but if you're kind of like, you could just make an adapter if you wanted to use like something different, and just have your adapter plug into here and just have wire on the other end of it so that it just can go wherever you want it to go. Kind of a tight fit though. You see how this kind of runs into the area where you want to put a battery. You might be able to, I didn't even unscrew that and see how it connects to the ESC. But for our purposes, we're going to run it on the 3S. And I mean, the 2S and be satisfied with for the most part. But it does crazy things on 3S, know that. So definitely a good time. And I don't think it's going to hurt anything because the motor isn't even hot. And the speed control is, you know, that was maybe 3 or 4 good runs. As long as you're not on it full throttle the whole time, it probably hold up. I don't want to find out the hard way. But that's all I got to say about that. Thanks for watching.